would you be a good representative for your hometown?
Well, sure. I'm beautiful, I'm popular, I'm very friendly.
And I'm sure you know how to give him the old razzle-dazzle-dizzle-dazzle.
That's right. That's what I do, Mama. That's what I do.
Adele Dazeem. This week on Down Under Dolls, the girls are doing their due duties as Department of Tourism experts and sharing their experience through their personalities through their hometowns.
That's right. Plus, it's Willam's category tonight. It's swimsuit.
Yes, it's a meter-made-a-palooza up there on the runway.
Yes, plus a lip sync for your life that literally becomes life-threatening, and they spent more of it upside down and in the air than standing on their stilettoed feet.
And after today, we will have a Final Four.
Can you believe?
This season's whizzing by. You ready for some Down Under drag?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Let's do it.
I like that RuPaul got all the girls to say that they were okay. Is everybody okay up there? To avoid lawsuits later.
Oh, yeah. Is everyone okay?
She made everybody say yes. Nobody injured themselves during it, right?
I need a visual confirmation. Do you need a paper bag to breathe?
Oh.
Mom!
Race chaser. Race chaser. Yeehaw. Race chaser. Race chaser. Yeehaw.
Good day.
Good eye.
Good day, and welcome back to Race
Race
Chaser.
Chaser.
Au
Oh,
courant, a podcast dedicated to the discussion, dissection,
And dissemination.
of every single episode of
RuPaul's
RuPaul's
Drag
Drag
Race.
Race, starting from the very beginning.
This is the beginning. I tried to do it in Australian. It didn't work.
You sounded
so
Scottish, or
upsetting.
kind of like Irish, like Dolores O'Riordan.
The cranberries.
Yeah.
Okay. She's dead.
I know. That's how you sounded.
no,
I'm just kidding. I'm only kidding.
I have text saying I have a lovely voice from this morning.
You do have such a lovely voice.
So do you. What's your name again?
What? Okay, we're doing a video.
We can't stop looking
We're
at
doing
all of
a
our beauty.
video
It's our
episode.
problem.
No, this hair is such a. This hair is.
I was going to let you discover that.
Just don't look at it.
No, it's fine. There's a shadow root. It's a shadow root.
It's so fucked. Ah!
Is that usually a back piece for you?
I don't know what this is. I thought it was a good idea.
No,
Leave me
it looks-
alone.
It looks beautiful.
We live in Spanky Jackson's America, so fucked up drag is okay now. And I support that.
I love.
Is that a read?
Honey. No, RuPaul, it's not a read.
It's not a read. It's a reality, and we'll talk more about Spanky Jackson during this episode. But why don't you tell us what happened last episode
Okay, last week there was
on Australia's Drag Race?
last week on Drag Race Down Under. There was
Yeah, down under.
a somewhat lackluster reading challenge, and it was just because all the girls were bad except for one of them, and the Down Under dolls split into girl groups, and then they wrote lyrics and did a little skit song thing for Bosom Buddies challenge, and there was choreography, and then there was workroom drama involving Beverly Kills and Queen Kong.
Mhm.
Some vocal coaching from Michelle Visage, girl group aficionado, and the runway was belts, buckles, and charms, or chains. Actually, chains.
There were no charms.
There were no.
And
There was
I was
no
not
charm,
charmed.
honey.
I was not charmed.
Nope. They
Thank
should have
you.
changed from giving me some charm. And there
Foxy charm.
was loose latex, on Spanky, but Yuri and Molly
Oh,
were.
yeah.
I could almost land a girl on the bottom. Loose latex. There's loose latex when a guy pulls out and it stays in the bottom. Yuri and Molly were in the bottom too, and Yuri had to hit it. She went home. She said, "Live fast, eat ass." And that brings us to the Hometown Hunnies episode, which we're now on, which will start at the mirror, I guess, with the girls, with them reading Yuri's farewell message.
Yeah.
She says, something undecipherable. And then the rest says, "Fuck you all, come on my face, live fast, eat ass."
XOXO Trish. And then Spanky for the win. We're getting a lot
Who the
of
fuck is
mirror
Trish?
messages with
Spanky. Spanky must be the girl that's like everybody loves.
yeah.
Nobody has a problem with her so far.
And she's nice.
She
And
really
she
is.
seems like to be like a really good person.
Ugly
too.
girls have to be. What? Did I say? She's a cute guy, but
She is.
uh No, I will not let you do that to her. You don't put a bark noise after a girl. I can say it. I'm in drag. And like, she knows too, but I will not have a man calling my sister from the Down Under franchise ugly by having a barking sound.
I didn't.
That was me
I didn't
woofing.
get
Was that the Forever Dog? Oh, I'm sorry. It was the Forever Dog.
It's
It
been
wasn't Dipper.
barking Forever.
Dipper
I
would
swear to
never be
God.
that rude. Will someone put that Forever Dog in the yard?
Never. No, I thought it was because you said he's a hot guy, and then the bark happened. So I thought it was like woof.
Oh,
Yeah.
somebody said that last night to me
Someone said woof to you.
while they were fucking me.
Oh,
And like they stuck their tongue out like you see like those OnlyFans boys do. And I was like, okay, young.
I guess that's better than him being like work says.
Better than him saying push out and tighten up.
Right.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with saying work sis during sex. Let me be clear.
Especially if you're fucking your sister
But
and she's got some work to do.
work sis.
Yeah. Who's Trish? Who the fuck is Trish?
I don't. It's probably an inside joke that didn't make it to air. But Molly's emotional and she's, crying and she's like, she had to send home, her good Judy. And it's getting down to that point where it's very hard to say goodbye. I never can say goodbye, boy. Oh, no. No, 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 no. So all the girls cheer. Never can.
Never can say goodbye. Okay, so all the girls start screaming, come.
Can they
Because-
filter this hairline? What can you do?
For the entire time or
The-
just in this one
The
moment?
one on your chin.
The whole time.
Oh, you want that good RuPaul.
You have a bandana?
The trick is to put bobby
No.
pin, to put barrettes under your lace like me.
Is that the key?
Uh-huh. And then glasses and a bunch of other shit.
There's got to be a way to just blur it out incomprehensibly, like RuPaul, but like 40 times higher.
I think
Yeah.
you look great, honestly. He's just gonna back your chair away from the camera.
Darn it! Darn it!
So what was the acting challenge? Was the one where, or
Come.
the brunchless brunch challenge? That was where Yuri kept yelling, "Come!
Where's the brunch?
Where is the brunch?"
Where is the brunch? Bring back mug, fat pit crew. Where is the brunch? These are the demands that I have for the Drag Race franchise.
Maybe we could do it when we tour with Mom. So the tally for the girls on the wins is Spanky with 2, Hannah with 2.
They're in the 2-win club.
And Molly is excited to be in the top 5, but she says she doesn't want to be a sloppy bottom anymore.
She doesn't want that.
No, nobody wants to be a sloppy bottomist. Sometimes you just end up that way.
Sloppy bottom is queer. So the next day, it is the final 5. I can't believe we're really getting down to
We
it.
really
the season's
are.
almost over.
I think they've only had 10 girls though, right?
I don't know.
Who went home so far?
I'm not a mathematician.
Minnie.
I'm not a scientist and I'm not a mathematician.
5,
I'm a
6,
singer.
17.
I'm a singer and a dancer. Queen Kong is like, okay, here's the thing.
Tell us.
I'm not, I didn't do anything wrong, but I apologize. She apologizes for the energy in the room.
Changing the weather of the room, which I love because
Changing the weather.
she realizes she's such a force of nature. I think that
Mhm.
her sourness could sour the whole room.
Yeah. I don't know anything about that myself.
Anyway, but she's making sure to not apologize to Beverly. And I really, really, when Beverly was like, I love that Queen is so eloquent in saying how she's saying about Beverly, like, I'm finding it difficult to hold space for Beverly right now. I was
Yeah.
like, bitch, that
That's
is
some
the
Courtney Act
nicest
shit.
way.
That's the Courtney Act shit right there.
Right? And then when little Beverly says, may I hug you? You are great. I wanted to reach through the TV and slap her and just be like, shut up! Shut the fuck up! She doesn't like you. I mean, they knew each other before, but in this competition setting, everybody's telling Beverly that she's being artificial. And I kind of see it because when she leans in, she's like, "You're great. You're great." It's just giving me like Stuart Smalley.
Stuart.
Yeah.
Stuart.
I hate
That's
it.
Stuart.
Yeah, and if somebody's trying to hug me, no. And we
You
just
don't
had
get
an
down with
argument.
all that.
I don't want to hug.
But
do
I
n-
think Queen Kong just went along with it because she's like, we can put this to rest and we can put this aside.
But you saw her
and
face
Oh yeah, oh I clapped.
and her nodding, which is a callback for later when she writes a song about nodding so people think you give a fuck.
Oh right, yeah.
You can see it in this scene.
Very.
No shame against Beverly. She's a young girl. Sure, her contour is too high on her cheek and she doesn't wear blush. But when she's older, maybe she'll discover the right path for her face.
Well,
Not a read.
we'll get to that.
Mhm.
RuPaul comes right in though.
Oh, yeah. They said, y'all ain't gonna fight more? Fine.
Fine. Good day, good day, good day.
Mhm.
And RuPaul says Down Under's next drag superstar needs to be able to sell anything.
Mhm.
Selling something for sale.
Sister on the corner selling something for sale.
Pussy for sale.
Honey. Right? Pussy in Iceland, honey.
Would you like to buy some
Cherry
cherry
pie.
pie?
So that leads to the Maxi Challenge, which is creating and starring in a tourism infomercial campaign that shows off the charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent of one's hometown.
Now, would you do Philly or would you do like Los Angeles, like Hollywood? Because I don't know, you haven't lived in Philly for a long time.
Hometown, though. If it's hometown, I would do Philly. But when I went on Drag Race, I wanted to say I was from Philly and my little thing below my name, and
Yeah.
they said, "No, you're from Beverly Hills." And I said, "Beverly Hills?"
Oh, they were
They
casting.
wanted me to be the Beverly Hills girls, and I said, "No, you can write Hollywood." I did get my water from Beverly Hills because right where I lived near San Vicente, it was like on the border. But I
privilege.
shut up.
The
Shut up! But yeah, no, I would have
You
done.
taste this water. This is from Beverly Hills, bitch.
She had the pH water.
You taste that tap water.
Can you check the pH of this water? I mean, the pH. It is from Beverly Hills. Okay.
Brooklyn Heights, BH.
Where would you do? Would you do Erie or would you do?
Sure, I think I would because yes, it does say hometown right there in the title, so you have to go. That is my hometown.
I mean, but a lot of the girls didn't do their hometowns. Some did like where they're currently.
Right, you
but-
can choose a region that
Yeah.
you rep.
I might do LA. I've been here 21 years, so and I know where all the good strip clubs are, all the places to eat. Which, I really thought this was like a actual travel channel, like challenge where the girls were like talking about things in their town, or like even if it was like oh, we're walking home from the club. Well, look, there's that statue, and there's a spot where you can hook, and there's a spot where you can get your poppers.
See, I feel like it could have been that.
And-
No one really
That's what I would have done. I feel
actually involve actual things
funny
from
things.
the
yeah,
the
from town.
Liberty Bell, a cheesesteak
It
factory.
ain't the only thing with a crack.
That play.
Oh, I got cheese and onions back there. It smells like cheese and onions back there. You can actually get them up here. Like that kind of thing. That's what I would have done. But when Rue does this walk around, she basically tells the girls that like,
She's
no, you need to make a funny
No.
video, make me laugh, and show your personality, make it about you. How do you relate to the town? And I was just thinking like, this is like, remember, do you watch Ted Lasso?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so Ted Lasso, there's this WAG character, a wife and girlfriend, who the
Okay.
whole team gets to a hotel out of town and they turn on their TVs, and this WAG girl is there doing like an old modeling job where she's like, Birmingham has the hottest in clubs and casinos and blah, blah, blah. Like, and she's like talking about the merits of the town.
From photo shoots.
Exactly. It's very that. And I was like, oh, that's what these girls are going to be doing. And that wasn't it.
That wasn't it.
No, because RuPaul's given all kinds of different directions. It's almost like she's misleading them for her own purpose.
Like they're making a TV show. Give them just what they want.
Honey,
Why don't you know she is in business? So give them just what they want. Why don't we go ahead and
what kind
take
of
a
business
break?
they in though?
Well, we're gonna talk some business, and we'll be right back. The business end of a fucking light bulb.
The business of show. Okay, so we are back.
We are.
Spanky says she's from New Zealand, but she's doing Melbourne because she found herself in Melbourne. And she goes back to small towns like Picton, Takarora, and Tarongi, and she gets to share the art of drag with them and open up the world to these people
Which I think is cool.
through her Scoochie garments and her lip syncs, which I love too.
Again, Spanky Jackson for Prime Minister.
Icon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that though. I love going and doing drag shows in places where drag isn't commonplace.
Mhm.
Because so many places we work, it's like everyone has seen every drag race and they see drag queens all the time. I love an audience that is like, what even is that? Like,
Mhm.
what am I even looking at? I love that kind of audience.
I'd rather do a show in a small town than a big town.
Yeah.
So same, I get that. So Hannah is checking in with Queen Kong, and they're talking about depression and how
Mhm.
things, even when they're going really well, sometimes you don't even want to get out of bed. And if
Mhm.
that bed is a helix, I get it.
Right.
Integrated marketing.
You've been known to not want to get out of bed.
Honey, Princess and the Penis is. Penis is.
It's a love fest. They all say, Spanky says my phone is always on.
Yeah, that's nice. And I love how they split the girls up into groups. Like, y'all talk about depression, and then over here, I don't know, talk about how let Beverly apologize for something that she don't mean.
Yeah.
And then the girls get a Zoom call
Mm-hmm.
from the Samantha Harris.
She's
She's-
an Australian model and icon. A mycon.
Oh, Mycon. Mycon Daroga.
Yeah.
She is a trailblazer as a First Nations beauty.
Yes.
And Queen Kong loves that. She loves seeing her face. This feels pre-recorded, and I only say that because you can see Samantha's eye line is like this. This is my camera, right? Girls, it's so nice to meet you.
And she does the thing where she like pauses.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it could have been pre-recorded. It could have been. I don't know.
Definitely. Those girls were not talking to Samantha Harris.
Okay.
Um,
Well, she did say a word of advice: glare, don't stare.
she
You
said,
look at the camera
like your best friend is dancing with your boyfriend across the room. I like glare. Glare is good.
glare St. Clair.
Claire St. Blair. Claire St. Blair?
Stare
Her
St.
evil twin.
Clair.
Stare St. Clair. That's it. Is this pre-recorded?
No, it's live.
Okay. She says enunciate. Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Tarianism.
I tearing it up.
Okay.
Wait, how many? Is that a real word?
It's the longest word.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Yeah,
Did it?
you did it. Enunciation is so important in the podcasting world. We do it all the time.
So RuPaul, she says to Spanky that she cornered the market on dirty street whore. And
I thought you cornered that market.
dirty? Never. Street whore? Often.
Always. Yeah.
Yeah. But Spanky wasn't gonna go in that direction, but now she's like, I'm definitely going up that stream.
Yeah.
You just sent me downstream.
Give them just what they want. I mean, RuPaul seems to have an eye for someone's brand. Also, you're sort of put into a casting sort of lane
Yeah.
when you're on a show like this. And so it is best to kind of run with it.
Yeah.
I thought it was good advice.
Ru says, quote, I've marketed drag to the world, something that no one else has done. I'm a fucking genius at marketing.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. And I mean, she
Mhm.
says it in her book that the reason that she hit was because the image was right at the right time with this blonde supermodel that was put together along the time of the supermodel. So it was like right time, right place,
Yes.
right look.
Yeah.
Matthew Zaldi, boom, done. Right
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
So I do credit her genius. Spanky is redoing her whole pitch, and this is a point where Rue tries to connect with Beverly Kills, about the Gold Coast by mentioning Muriel's Wedding, an Australian, one of the top 10 Australian films. If people had to like talk about, name a film from Australia: Priscilla, Muriel's Wedding,
She signed her
Crocodile
exit
Dundee.
papers on that right
Hunnie.
there. I mean, RuPaul was really like,
So what do we talk about?
Like,
I can't
huh.
reference this.
because I mean, I don't, yeah, that's unfathomable.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
as an Australian, like
Yeah.
she should see this.
Yeah, she should. And I hope she does.
Me too.
But Rue
Now
says.
she has so much more time that she's not on the rest of the episodes.
Okay. Spoiler alert. I didn't get to the end of the episode yet. No, I'm just kidding. I did. Beverly. RuPaul tells Beverly, "I don't know who you are, the queen of girl. You're going home." I mean, it's the literal interview of death. I don't know who you are.
I mean, actually, by what I saw on the top of the episode with how much they were focusing on Molly's story, I
Mhm.
thought that
Oh, you thought it was her
going to be
time.
Molly, but she did pretty good, other
Mhm.
than the back of that purple wig, which needed a brush, Molly. There, it did. Molly's my sister. I can tell her.
She's showing the back.
I'm
Oh.
showing the back of my wig.
Oh, I thought you were laughing so hard you didn't want everyone to see. This is I don't understand this challenge when Rue's trying to explain it. She's like, she went to brand themselves and talk about hometowns, but they were planning, all the girls were planning actual tourism videos. So it seems like Steve from Challenge got some wires crossed somewhere because branding challenge is what they throw at the girls when whatever their original thing wouldn't work. Like like the branding challenge for the viral dance video.
Yeah.
That was originally the Rusical episode,
Mm.
but they knew none of the girls could sing, and Jinx couldn't win that with just lip syncing. So
Hmm.
I think branding challenge is the catch-all.
Right.
Let's throw them.
Give a branding.
Mhm.
Just give 'em a branding challenge. Which, I mean, it kind of is, I guess.
I think it would have been funny if someone did and made an actual branding challenge, like all the sheep in New Zealand. You got to brand the sheep.
Right, actual branding.
And actual branding.
And then
like-
Russell Brand can be in it.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Get him to the Greek, honey.
And Brandy.
I love that too.
She's good at branding.
What would you have done for Erie or Pittsburgh?
What was that? Just computer.
Hooter.
Erie has a lot. Can't remember. Erie has a lot of things like Erie, like people from there. It works because people complain about Erie a lot, like living there. They call it like the mistake on the lake or dreary Erie.
Okay.
Because the weather is really, really bad and depressing.
And that hostage situation.
Hostage.
The guy with
Pizza
the-
bomber?
Yeah, the bomber on his neck.
Yeah, pizza bomber.
What?
Honey.
I didn't hear
Where's
that.
the pizza bomber?
When was that?
I don't know. Years ago.
Do you know they shut down the Shakey's on Santa Monica Boulevard? Oh, the Shakey's.
Why?
The good one that the girls used to walk in
Where are
front
you
of?
supposed to hook?
I don't know.
Go outside and hook.
I don't know, but I'm sad for Shakey's. Pour one out.
Oh
I'm not gonna
no,
pour one, too.
that's so sad.
Yeah.
That's an institution.
Mm-hmm. They're built condos. Pave paradise. Put up a parking lot.
Damn.
So we're going to the mirror chats now.
Ooh.
Beverly asks the girls, "What should I do?" Rue said she doesn't know who I am. And Hannah says, "You need to stop." Hannah's like, "We're trying to do our makeup. Shut the fuck up. You came on this show and you're being fake."
I wonder what was going on.
The girls are done. They're over it with Miss Beverly.
But what is she doing that's so wrong?
She's being young, handsome, not a care in the world, and trying to relate to these other girls that have problems. Like
Yeah.
when she was trying to give the sum up, and I feel like what was the last word of the conversation with Queen Kong with the "you are amazing." It's like, shut the fuck up. We know Queen Kong's amazing.
Yeah.
This is not your time to add your soundbite and your piece of thing. Like she was trying to give you a mea culpa of some sort for the room and include you, but she's not sorry to you.
Yeah.
At all. And she doesn't need to be sorry to you, Miss Beverly, because after what you tried to do with that whole last week episode where she was like, cockety caw at the mouth.
Kakaraka.
No.
Can we do shirts that say kakaraka?
I'm down. I bet 3 people will buy them.
Mm-hmm.
Bevington, Tivana. Let's just cross out all the other words that didn't show on those shirts and we'll write new words. Your big red Sharpie. So the girls are going to do their challenge, their branding marketing gig.
Yeah.
And Bev is taken behind the...
Bevington Diop.
Miss Bevington Diopoulos Kills is taken behind into Spanky's little walk-through closet. And then the clothes are just enough for a camera to poke through.
Of course.
And for Beverly to find her good side while crying. And Spanky gives a lovely pep talk, which is like, Spanky just seems like a great drag queen to be in any room. I can't imagine anyone not liking her other than a mirror.
Yeah,
I'm kidding, Spanks. You're my friend. I had to.
She seems like a cool chick, and I like her a lot.
Yeah, she really is. And legs for days.
Yeah, and I appreciated this sort of, this talk she gave to Beverly because Beverly needed a moment. And, she's not coddling her, but she's also not beating the shit out of her. She's just sort of like,
saying, fuck these girls. They're
you
not
can
here.
do
You're
it."
here.
Right.
Do what you came to do.
Yeah.
Which is leave later this episode. But I understand what Spanky's doing. She's just trying to be a good sister and help this girl through and get this bitch back to the mirror to get her face on.
Yeah.
Which I understand because sometimes when you're just not feeling it and you don't want to get in drag, it's hard as fuck. You're like, oh.
And someone's bumping the table and you're trying to do eyeliner.
I'm doing liquid.
Oh,
You
I'm
just
doing
slammed it
liquid.
twice.
You just slammed it twice. So, okay, the girls get on the green screen. We've got Michelle Visage and Suzanne Paul.
Who's apparently
marketing genius.
the slap chop lady of Down Under.
Okay.
Like she's sold everything she's been on.
Slapdash. All of these designs are slapdash. Do you know what I wrote in my book? Nothing. That's from Making the Cut.
Oh.
And Jeremy Scott freaks out and yells at everybody.
Oh. Huh. Well, they'll
Really
never be
good
Johnny
TV.
Coda.
Really good TV. So the girls are getting into their, green screen. I'm wearing green screen today. So you can actually green screen my nails and my dress to be anything.
If you're looking at mompodcasts.plus.
If you're looking for trouble, look right at my lace.
Lace. Bitch, lace where? That is a hard front.
It is lace.
Where?
There. That is lace.
Lace made of lies.
Lies front.
Oh, you mean that dark part where it's not clean.
Okay.
That's the
Something
lace.
in the lace ain't clean. Okay, they always edit this. I love that bracelet.
I have a necklace that goes with it too.
Oh, it's so pretty.
You could actually make a really cute choker if you did like a little susu.
Choker, I hardly know her. It's misleading because you can make any, filming process look frenetic and crazy, and then the product ends up cutting together really nicely. So, we've got Queen Kong running around and she's saying it's a stressful island getaway. I don't understand her vision.
I
of
like this. I thought this was funny because instead of going with something like practical and literal, she went, I'm going to make a fake island where Queen Kong is from. And this is it, Queen Kong Island. Oh my God. Trying to decorate.
Willam just fell down the stairs if you're not watching. That was her falling.
Aw, it's a stressful island getaway. Hold the rail.
Like in the movie Pageant, when the queen goes off the stage.
Oh,
and
yeah, you just hear
it.
like in the AAA Girls documentary when you just hear Courtney fall.
Oh, yeah.
She drops the mic.
Spanky is doing. Please just stop. You need to stop. You need to stop, Beverly. Spanky's doing Palmerston North.
I don't know what that is. That's a town?
I think it's like a very specific area.
In New Zealand, yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead and write to us. But she's
Tell us
saying,
how dumb we are.
Please let us know.
Please let us know you're disappointed in our decisions to do Down Under.
Do people do that?
Hate it, bitch.
Constantly.
Fuck
so many
you,
people.
Alyssa.
So many people.
Well, what do they want from us? To go back to season 7? Because that's
Yeah.
what I want.
That's
That's
what
what
they
I'm
wanted.
fixing to do.
We're like 2 episodes away.
I'm glad we did Australia.
Your thumb is about to jump, bitch. Me too. And I'm glad we did Australia because these girls deserve our respect when we're not ragging them out. And RuPaul's on the show.
Anytime, I mean, of course, there's 100 seasons to choose from. We could be talking about any one of them, but we chose Australia arbitrarily. Actually, someone chose it for us, and
I started
so that's why
watching
we're doing
Philippines
it.
though, and Philippines is also in like half English too. So it's an easy watch.
Yeah,
I liked it. Jiggly's on it.
yeah,
The girls are funny. They have lots of outfit changes. Those girls brought drag to the Philippines.
a little bit of drag,
Uh-huh.
gag them a little.
They do.
I've been watching Canada.
I was going to start, but my WoW Presents app in Canada doesn't show Canada.
Get ExpressVPN.
You told me that. I don't know how to do those things.
It's literally an app.
I don't even know how to send an evite for a Zoom.
Evite.
You need to send an invitation, right?
Is that like those e-cards that they used to go out in the email? Like you would do a greeting card, but it would be like an e-one.
Yeah, we get them for the podcast where you're like, hit this button, blah, blah, blah. You're in the Zoom. How do you do that? Oh.
I just get sent Zoom calls. I don't send Zoom calls.
Oh.
No, I just don't know how.
Yeah, me neither, honestly.
I would like to. How do you do it? Do you do it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you go in Zoom and press, I want to start a meeting?
Yeah, or we set up a meeting. Like there's a Race Chaser meeting that's existed for 2 years. That is the same Zoom code, the
Really?
same phone number. I copy and paste the same link every single week.
There's
to
a
you.
scent bird just living in a nest in that room for 2 years.
Hello, not so fresh.
Yeah, there's a sloppy one.
Okay.
Sloppy bird?
Slobotomus hoe.
So Perth is Hannah's prepared locale. I don't know how she didn't do something with the word personality because
Right.
that's the joke that everybody makes about Perth,
Yeah.
and it was nowhere in the episode. Perth. I think Hannah's direction with this campy fairy tale thing made the most sense, and you can tell just from her one take with the far, 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 far away. You could tell she knew what she was doing in front of a
Yeah,
camera. She had
she's
a
very
clear
funny.
idea. I think it's brilliant that they now have these girls draw out storyboards, which is something I've seen you do for years. And I
Mhm.
feel like they may have stolen that from you after you did it on season 5.
I invented storyboarding.
Honestly.
No, this is the common thing.
It wasn't on my season when we had to
Okay.
do our infomercials like this. We did
Mhm.
not have this option. And then you did it on your season, and then they started doing it. They give the girls the blank papers with draw in this
squares.
square, draw in this
Yeah.
square. It was you, bitch.
Oh, okay.
You're a legend.
I was thinking of when you did the magazine challenge and they were like, we don't really like your cover of your magazine. And you were like, me either.
Yeah.
That's so funny to me for some reason today.
'Cause they were-
Yeah, me either.
I was agreeing with them on every read, and they didn't want that. And they wanted me to stop smiling. And that's why Regina was all like, he looks like a robot. Because I wouldn't stop smiling. Because, like,
Demon.
the magazine sucked.
So,
Now, Newcastle seems to not have much going on either through the lens of Molly Poppins, because she was just preparing 16 scenes about throwing up,
16.
lost her panties.
I want to know about Hannah's though, because she said, okay, now here's where I'm going to fight a giant CGI bird. So did they tell them you can use CGI like animals, or did she just assume from like watching that they can pretty much Photoshop, like they can edit in anything, you know?
I'm pretty sure that the girls knew what their capabilities were by watching other seasons of Drag Race. And, like, they know
Yeah.
that, like, oh, you can put in a big bird.
But
We couldn't do any of
you
that back in our
can't.
day.
No, like you can't. Like you could change your background, and that seems in fair play. But to
That's Tokyo, not New York.
everything, everything. It's Tokyo. Everything else had to be practical, though. I think this is an evolution of it that I think more
Practical
and more
magic
girls
for that
will-
hairline.
Why does the movie Practical Magic keep showing up in my life?
That was the
It's
last
so
time Nicole wore a good
days.
wig.
Okay, all right. Heartbreak feels good in a place like this
Oh.
because here they are.
Can you believe they put that
theaters.
fucking Brian Hearns jumpsuit in the Smithsonian Her
because of
jumpsuit.
her AMC commercial.
I think that's a little bit of an overreach. Smithsonian, like
The
fossils
Smithsonian.
next to Nicole Kidman's jumpsuit from a commercial.
I thought it was Michael Kors, or he just did them after.
I think it's Brian Hearns.
No human being should wear tight satin. Oh, it's crepe de chine. Oh, it's poly crepe de chine.
The back of Molly's wig was a crepe de shame because it needed to be picked out. It was the kind of wig that once you've worn it a couple times, you got the front piece, and then the back piece. And then
Yeah.
she flung it, and the front piece went to the back piece, but you could still see the dreadlocked separation of the not the gnats, but the what is it called when something's tangled?
Matt?
Mats, the matting, the matted.
I don't
hair.
know why you looked at me when you said that.
Um,
Listen, getting good wigs is hard sometimes.
So Beverly Kills chooses the Gold Coast, and she.
It's so bad. Just look at the shape, okay?
shape
and
is-
if you get the
the shape
right
is great.
angle,
This,
it's like okay.
Stay there, don't move.
Okay.
Stay there, don't move.
So anyway, Beverly Kills and the Gold. I'll look like one of those talker memes. Gold Coast, which just reminded me of the bar that isn't there anymore, and it made me sad.
Oh, Mold Coast.
I
We should do
know.
a red dress party. That should be our next thing.
We should just do that ourselves and raise money for a good cause. And
Let's do it.
ka-ka-ka.
A new wig. Beverly Kills chooses to be Bindi Irwin's lesbian sister, Cindy Irwin, on the hunt for a sugar daddy.
All the pieces are there. I mean, I'm okay with all of that.
It's giving PC. That's what it is.
On paper, that's fine, but in the delivery, it was just sort of like it didn't carry through. The humor didn't carry through.
No, it didn't at all. And Michelle asked, why
CD
is...
Cindy Irwin.
CD Cindy. This is CD Cindy. Michelle asked, why would a lesbian need to find a sugar daddy? And she said, oh, Sugar Sheila didn't sound right.
Actually, Sugar Sheila
Sounds funny. Like, Sugar
fierce.
Sheila is great because then it begs the question, well, why is it Sugar Sheila? And you get the chance to explain why it's funny. You know?
Yeah, it's funny.
You get money from the coin slot.
Yeah.
But Beverly
She's young.
Beverly is very pretty. I don't see much humor there yet, but I find what Rue says, and we'll talk about it later, obviously, about pretty people who haven't gone through stuff, haven't developed their comedy chops.
Yeah.
And Beverly's she's a good looking kid. She could get by just on that, but she chooses to do drag, but she doesn't have the tools that a well-rounded drag queen should have, which include a sense of humor and the ability to knock oneself down and
Yeah.
others while not making anybody in the room feel bad.
Yeah.
Beverly makes everyone in the room feel bad
Yeah.
when she speaks. We're gonna take a break.
Yeah.
The room turned.
We get a little bit more backstory of Beverly, which
Well, Beverly
Also-
backstory.
it also doesn't bode well for you if you're getting a lot of story in the episode, because it usually means you're going home. Traditionally.
Very much so. And when
Yeah.
Beverly is saying, well, with my family, success was the only option. And that's how I was raised. And I'm successful. And anytime you're saying that on the show and they keep it in, it's usually just steps away from your demise. A mere frolic away from your
A kiss of the Courtney
eventual
act.
a kiss of the Courtneys.
Yeah.
Very much a kiss of the Courtneys.
Totally.
Rue, what should I do that's different? Because I feel like I'm doing everything very well. One word. Humanity. Rumanity.
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 Yes.
We need rumanity, which is humanity for RuPaul's Drag Race.
We get a little bit of Queen Kong's story as well. She talks about her older sister passing away, and during the year that she was transitioning, and Queen didn't really know her very well because she couldn't be her true self around the house and around the family. And Queen is mourning the loss of who could have been her older sister. So this is a nice look into getting to know Queen Kong even a little bit more.
I do like what she said about doing drag for her sister, and this is all for her sister because if she was
Damn.
still around, it would have been Sister Act like the Kellys, split spread eagles, number 17.
Yeah.
I went out to go get
I went
ice.
out to go get some ice.
They're getting ice in Australia. Courtney's got some in her purse.
Okay.
So I
She's a
love
major
love
celebrity.
Crystal.
You cannot run around saying she has ice in her purse.
Much better.
That's like saying you did acid with Rita Ora.
I said what I said.
the part that that the part that gets me with Queen was when she was talking about how her dad asked her, "Are you going to be using our last name?" And that's just like
Girl.
I can't. I'm from a supportive family, so I can't imagine my family not supporting my drag.
I know.
So like the insurmountable like hill that you're going up with not having your family there, even if you don't like your family, knowing
Yeah.
that they're there, even if they don't tip,
Yeah. No, it's hard.
like it just creates a further like dynamic where it's like, oh, your family is there and supports you and they're successful and they love you and they sent you to college and then you quit. Like the Beverly versus Kong, it's just coming. We know there's going to be a lip sync, I think, at this point. And we're almost at that part because Ruth comes to the main stage, shimmering and glimmering.
This is the promo look, isn't it? This is the promo look for something.
Australia Down Under is blonde hair, but she's like this.
Yes, but she used this look for a promo of something.
I hope she did because it's stunning.
Yeah, she looks great.
This-
Classic RuPaul, off the shoulder, gold, Stanashwa, red hair. We love RuPaul in red hair every
Uh-huh.
now and then.
Her acting wigs.
She likes to give it to us a little every time now and then. She likes to be like, I'm being red hair tonight.
Shake this one out.
But it's a promo of something else. Or
Mhm.
she did commercials in it. Or she said, listen up, queens.
Hmm.
We're doing something, something.
We're casting now.
Because I've seen this before.
I think she borrowed this wig from Reese.
She said,
Not Rice.
Is that how you say it?
No, you said it right.
she said, you're not the only redhead on this panel, bitch.
Michelle was red once upon a time too in the 90s.
Oh, yeah. That
she
was her
looked good
color.
red. I liked her red.
Yeah, she looked great. So, okay. The category is swimwear.
Swimsuit edition.
Okay.
So this is every queen should have a swimsuit edition. We saw Continental this weekend. All the girls were swimsuiting. Shout out
Who
to
won?
Layla LaRue.
Really?
Layla's been doing Plus for so long, and she never won. But
Mhm.
then she does Elite first time, bam, wins.
Good for her.
Layla won. I forget who won Plus, but it was a great showing.
Who won the mainland? The flagship.
I didn't even check.
Did
but
it happen yet?
yeah,
Is
it
it happening
did.
tonight? Well, let's talk about these runways.
Yes.
So the category is swimsuit
Fissures.
edition.
Yes.
First up is Queen Kong. What do we think of this swimsuit edition?
It looks like it was put together with hodgepodge glue
Oh,
or
okay.
Mod Podge. What's Mod Podge? Mod
Her
Podge?
shape looks great. I mean, she really has a handle on her proportions and her shape, which is really important when you're doing swimwear.
Mhm.
But yes,
It needs more in certain spots and less in others when you get to the close up. In the wide, it was fine. No objections.
yeah,
The nude illusion was matching. When you get up close, you see a couple seams under the armpit and stuff.
Yeah.
And then not as many stones as it could have had. It's fine for a warrior goddess emerging from the wet.
yeah. And really, the event was the hair. I mean, she was wearing this sort of
Ankh.
ankh made of hair. The doors Yua Hamasaki has opened for us. But yeah, I mean, she looks pretty. She looks clean.
Except at the seams.
Ripped at the seams.
But also-
Ripped at the seams.
I don't mind it though. I think she looks great.
Yeah.
And I think if she leaned into that distressing even more on the end of it, like she just came from battle or like sopping
Right.
wet, it could have gone a different way. But there's no reason to have loose threads under your armpit.
Yeah.
You can cut those with a scissor or a lighter. You burn them off real quick.
Yeah.
That's the trick. If you need something hemmed and you can't hem it real quick, just burn it with a lighter.
Next up is Spanky Jackson. It says on our outline, Baywatch after 40.
Wow.
Isn't that what they said?
I don't remember, but I do know Spanky says this is the biggest hair that she's ever worn.
That's so funny.
We have a friend, though, that is petty. Petty.
Oh.
And he counted the rhinestones on this swimsuit, and there are 9.
Good for her.
I would like to thank my petty friend, Mr. Perry Meek, for counting those rhinestones.
Thank you.
This is
Friend of the pod.
This is a great angle for her to go. And did she pad herself this time?
I don't know. She's got a good body.
Yeah.
She's built.
I feel like she padded and she doesn't normally. I think she looks great.
Looks great.
For Spanky, this is put together. I mean, it's well fitted. The concept is great. The hair is great. Her shape looks great.
And her walk is great. She sells it. And
Yeah.
RuPaul says the thing about like she comes out here and sells it like she's the prettiest girl in the world, and she sells glamour. And like I
Yeah.
think Ru thinks it's funny that she does that and enjoys it.
Yes.
I think it's great.
Well, she says she's not doing a campy walk because
Yeah.
you sort of.
She's giving it. And
I
she
think-
thinks she's giving it.
But I think that Spanky is aware of herself, but the fact that she's not being like hokey coo is why it's funny and why it works
Yeah.
better. Yeah, I like that.
Molly Poppins is giving a gold swimsuit, and this is a Surfer's Paradise meter maid with a cowboy hat. I don't understand the meter maid thing. Is this
Why do we keep doing the meter maid thing?
It's
okay?
on that
Surfer's
line.
Paradise meter maids are bikini-clad women who operate in Surfer's Paradise, a surfing
Sickening.
and entertainment tourism center on the Gold Coast. Unlike other meter maids who issue parking tickets to motorists when they overstay, Gold Coast meter maids put money into parking meters, which might otherwise expire, preventing vehicle owners from incurring a fine. Whoa. After the introduction of pay and display parking meters took on the task, I don't understand that part. Surfer meter maids were instituted by entrepreneur Bernie Elzey in '65 through the Surfers Paradise Progress Association, which was opposed to the introduction of parking meters. The meter maids carried a gold bag of sixpences to top up expired meters, thereby saving motorists $1 fine. The women left a card stating, "You've just been saved from a parking fine by the Surfers Paradise meter maids." Oh,
Sweet.
thank you for the backstory. I
I
appreciate
like
that.
this. See, this program is educational.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing a little class to our little show. No, I love that. See, I didn't get the connection.
Me neither.
And so I'm glad to now know this thing. And we should go do that, like in Venice Beach.
No.
We should go dress up in like swimsuits and like put quarters and things. No? You don't want to do that?
I wouldn't mind. I love being outside in the day in drag. You, however, I do not want to be on a beach with you being hot and mad. I don't. Maybe
I
it
would
does.
like it.
Okay. Let me know how that goes.
What
for
if I give you some vouchers
for
to go to
meals?
a
Meal
bakery?
Cherry
vouchers?
pie.
to go to a bakery up the street?
To get cherry pie.
Yeah.
That I would do, as long as it's not Pie Hole. They took away my free card.
Why you used it too much?
I think. And
Hi.
my friend isn't the owner anymore.
I'd like 37 gross of all the pies.
One of everything.
Now.
Give me the pie.
I backed my car up to the loading door.
It's the one with the cracked windshield and hood.
Oh, okay.
So
So what do we think she looks like? I think she looks pretty. I like this hair on her.
I think she looks. Yeah, I the cowboy hat for me.
Doesn't seem necessary.
No, and
how's it
it's
even
too
staying
small.
on? That's what I need to know.
Girls, you need to get one of them big styrofoam cowboy hats if you want to wear it with the wig to make it look scale-wise appropriate, because this is not appropriate for her body, her hair, or anything drag.
It seems like the outfit would benefit from not the cowboy hat. I think
A little
if she just took
visor.
it off, I mean, she would look. She looks sensational. The swimsuit is not exactly groundbreaking, but it looks clean. Her proportion looks great. And I love the shoe, the strappy sort of gladiator heel kind of um, moment. And she looks pretty. And she gave it a concept with the meter maid.
I
So
I think the wig could have used a benefit of like if she just did this
just to give it a little more.
and then hairsprayed it a little bit because it looks like she just pulled it out of a tub. It needed a little.
I'm not going to give any hair advice today.
Hair of the
I'm not gonna
dog.
give any- That's what I'm wearing, hair of the dog.
But she looks beautiful. I'm not mad at anything that
Yeah.
she's doing. Hanaconda is giving swimsuit in Dubai full coverage or alien
Yes,
swimsuit.
honey.
People in Australia do worry about sun exposure, so some of them do have long sleeve bikinis and things.
Yes. It's an interesting take, and the judges agree. I mean, they all say it's like, well, it's good to have a different angle. What would you have done for swimwear?
Swimwear. For swimwear, trying to think of the most iconic piece of swim. Oh, Bond Girl.
Okay.
Bond Girl, Halle
Which
Berry.
one? Halle Berry.
Not Ursula Andress. Haley because she wore the orange, which is Ruth's favorite color. And the
Yeah.
gadget belt with the things in it. You know
Mm,
I love a gadget belt.
sexy.
Yeah.
Fierce.
I feel like I would do Bond Girl for sure.
I like that.
Emerging from the water.
Yeah.
I'm surprised a girl didn't do like a little like clamshell like Venus. That would have been a good one.
Yeah.
What would you have done?
I don't know. I sort of almost like that Tammy Brown sort of like 1920s kind of like those old-fashioned swimsuits with the like pockets and like
Mhm.
pants and like petticoats underneath.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just kind of like that.
And you operate so well in water and drag. Oh, like you weren't at the Water Runs Clear shoot.
Oh, I heard about it and I saw the footage.
I'm drowning. I'm drowning.
I really
She
don't
was.
do well in
She's
water.
not a water baby. Not a water sign.
I'm a Pisces. I'm a water
Oh.
sign, but honey, no. If the sign says water,
You gave swimsuit.
Oh yeah, actually, I'm giving swimsuit for our promo look, but I don't wear blonde hair usually. Only when I dress as Courtney Act. That was a character. I'm giving Courtney.
You are flown around the world to do Lady Gaga.
I'm flown around the world to do Courtney Act.
You are.
That's what I'm known for.
So am I. Anyway, Hanaconda looks cool.
Great.
I
Her
love
makeup too. Her eyeliner
yeah.
underneath with the loved it, Hannah.
Yeah, she looks really pretty. And finally, we have Beverly Kills also giving us a Gold Coast meter maid dress with a good gold trench.
It's a gold trench. It should be put in a trench.
Okay.
No, has anyone ever seen a sleeveless gold trench? It should have
I
had a
mean, we
sleeve
knew
on
it was going to be a reveal.
We did, and that's the worst part of a reveal when the outer garment is such an afterthought that it doesn't conceal what you're actually doing. If it was like a good like off the shoulder like gold trench short with like a little cuff sleeve, didn't have to be a long sleeve.
Courtney's good gold trench.
She had a couple of bad ones though.
She got there.
This is as bad as the bad ones, but also the hair. Here's my thing with Beverly Kills right now. If you look at Beverly Kills, especially in this moment on the runway, her makeup up close, so intricate, lots of little things, but the shape and the hair, it looks like a girl who said, "How do I do drag?" and then did an image search, and Trixie Mattel and Bianca Del Rio came up. And that's what she's doing. This hair, like, it doesn't do her any favors. And why would you put a bobby pin right here that says Scorpio? Like in the curve of the hair.
Right.
Beverly, I think if
She's
someone
young.
she's so pretty and her face, her makeup doesn't help the features of her face shine.
No.
She's got great cheekbones, great face, great eyes, and she's doing this hard contour in the middle of her cheekbone instead of putting blush there and moving her contour lower, and just so much shit on her eyes that you can't actually see the whites of it for the TV. There's so many things that after she sees herself on TV, I think her drag will get a lot better. But
How's she look on Instagram right now? I bet she's just.
I don't follow the bitch. I don't know.
I bet she's just dewy and like a little tiny scoochy lash.
But look, it looks like a bootleg Trixie. This
Okay.
hair, and it just The outfit.
Okay, she's definitely
Let me see.
going in new directions with her makeup. Since what we've seen on the
Okay,
show.
let's look at directly what she did with this look when it wasn't on the runway. The hair.
Is better, right?
Come on, get
Well,
bigger.
that's the point. You
The
do
hair
a
is
little
better.
upgrade of the look. Oh yeah.
The hair is way better. It's
The
like a
Instagram picture
updo.
of her.
It's
Yeah, she looks great.
She has different jewelry. The nails aren't the long curly fifi nail that she no, these nails that she's wearing are like that long on the runway. These
Mhm.
nails are more of a demure length. She looks way better in this one. But like she paints so hard and bitchy and older. I don't get it.
She's
No, I'm
young.
still there's still stuff to read. Um what else?
Not what else.
Yeah, I don't like her eyebrow shape in this. The earring gets lost because it's a yellow earring in a yellow updo. I'm just
Sorry, that meant to be.
Updo. There it is. Yellow, red.
the staging with the girls where all four of them are on one side and then Beverly's off to this side.
Yeah. That's on purpose. They don't like each other.
It's very
And they also have to split up because that's where RuPaul's camera goes through the middle.
Oh, over the
RuPaul's
shoulder.
camera's totally over
Back here?
there.
Yeah, shooting
Like,
through
over
them.
there.
But why couldn't they
So
do
there's always a
3 and
gap.
2?
Well, because they don't like each other. The
I've
girls
s-
are fighting.
well, the judges have some critiques, but we'll let you know about those after the break.
Bye.
If Beverly doesn't kill me first.
We're back. And the judges are critiquing the things, the misdeeds of the dolls.
Yeah, they said none of them were bad at first, later. But it's just based on who was less good. And Queen Kong's unfortunately falls into her concept funny, her execution fine, but there weren't actual jokes really. There were amusing things which were
Where are the jokes?
yeah, you need
Yeah.
actual jokes. And I thought it was an amusing concept and it spoke to her state of mind at the time and everybody's in Drag Race because you're like ugh, it's stressful. And this was a
Yeah.
funny way to incorporate Queen Kong, Kong Island, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But Rue says that she sees Queen still has some uncomfortableness in her. And that's when Queen shares a story about her dad not asking about using their last name on the show because there is a lot of shame. And then they have the connection about brown people and the shame of being LGBT.
Mhm.
And that's something I can't speak of. But I mean, I have dated a few brown people and they sometimes aren't out to their family. It's a no-go. It's a do not pass go, the
Mhm.
church and all that. And it's, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not in those shoes
Um,
because my shoes are so much
what
cuter
kind
usually.
of shoes do you have?
Today
Did
I'm
you
wear-
wear them in?
What am I? Oh no, I didn't. But they're Nikes that were Greeked because I was on a TV show. I guess I can take that off
We
now.
get it. You work a lot.
Here, put this on your lace, bitch.
It would make it better.
A dragonfly.
Kiss it better, baby. Yeah, RuPaul shares a really, I mean, I don't know, RuPaul's really inspirational this episode. And she says, well, you don't need your fucking dad's approval any fucking more. I don't want to see any goddamn dad's approval anymore.
Not desired nor required.
I am nor required. Hello, goodbye.
Spanky Jackson is talking about her night out video, and Michelle says, "What the fuck are we watching?"
It was absurdist,
But it worked.
Give
Me a chip. And she mentioned a chip shop in town, like a place that
Right.
that you could get good chips. Oh, they're the best chips in town. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah. And it was funny. It had RuPaul laughing, which is the goal. And Ru says she loves her runway walk and confidence,
Yeah.
which is a dig, but who cares if she wins,
Uh, yeah. Okay. So Spanky Jackson's commercial was absurdist. I think Queen Kong's concept was absurdist as well, but there was a level of committing to it
And
completely.
I feel like intelligence too.
Yeah, like Queen Kong had a lot of like it was very cerebral
Yeah,
rather than just like sort of going for the sort of
drunk loud.
the baseline. Yeah, which Spanky does,
Nothing
and
wrong with that.
nothing wrong with that. I
Most
mean,
of our
it
friends.
works on this show a lot to be louder, faster, funnier, crazier.
Yeah. Molly Poppins is a party bus girl, and Rue says it's clear that Molly hates the Gold Coast.
Wow.
Mm, I I think she hates herself for wearing that wig, the purple one in the video, because as she's throwing up, you just see her kitchen. Her
You
kitchen is
really
in
can't get
disarray.
over it, can
I
you?
hate. You know what? No matter what the wig, you can brush it.
You can't brush a fucking sculpted Marcel wave.
You don't need to brush. But the front didn't need to be brushed. The back needed a pick comb.
You
and
can
it
take
just
a
needed to pick.
and
She needed to pick that out, the part where it was
yeah,
separated, where you could tell her like back neck hump was getting all hot under the wig.
we've all been there.
Currently. Current raining, honey. Miss Current Raining, no brush.
Current
That's so
rain
upsetting.
on me.
Michelle makes sure to say, "You are one of 2 meter maids tonight."
You think they didn't know that getting ready backstage? You think they didn't know? They knew.
Who? Keep going.
Anaconda, she used the, CGI editors,
Mhm.
and they appreciated her unique approach to swimwear.
Yeah. I thought that she was very successful.
It was funny.
Clean runway, clean video, clean
Did
interview, clean sweep.
did it have anything to do with where she's actually from, or was it just totally
Middle
like a
Perth.
fantasy?
I
Which is funny. I
ye-
mean, the writing was funny.
I don't remember specifics, but I remember like enjoying it,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. And that's podcasting. Um Beverly Kills.
Beverly Hills.
Beverly needed some skills.
There was a story,
Let-
but it wasn't over the top enough to really be funny.
It was too much story too.
Yeah.
It was like too many words and none of them were funny or amusing.
It was
and-
more like it was like a Blues Clues episode. It was like, look over there, let's go get the thing, and then they go over there and they get the thing, and there's no like punchline or payoff.
Well, Rue said specifically in the walk around, this is not about your town. This is about showing you through the
Mhm.
town, using the town as a tool
Yeah.
town. And Beverly chose to play a character instead of showing herself, which Rue
That's true.
specifically asked for herself. Rue said, "Show me you, because we're not getting you right now, girl. We're getting this fake Beverly Kills, and we want to see the boy." That's what they wanted. They wanted to see what was inside the brain. And Beverly
Yeah.
did not show that. She gave them just some like babble commercial that she thought would work and was funny, but it was not funny. And Beverly says, "I'm not an actress. These aren't my challenges. But if there's one thing I can do, it's sell."
Yeah. Blue can't sell.
That should be her name, honestly, for this challenge. Because Rue says, "You did the assignment. You had a beginning, middle, and end." But it was not what Rue really asked for to
Yeah.
her face and literally said. So I think that when Rue says who should go home tonight and why, and then all the girls
This always happens.
visually and like what's audioly
Orally.
okay, yeah, everybody says Beverly and Beverly's off to the side. It's just very like clear what's happening.
Yeah, it's always hard. I mean, this happens every season, it seems like one person kind of gets everyone to say their name, and it can't feel good to be that person.
I don't know if I made it that far. Oh, I did, and I said Sharon. I said
Hmm.
Sharon should go home. It was the boat challenge.
Hmm.
And I thought her boat looked like shit.
I said what I said.
Beverly Kills says, I think Queen Kong should go home.
To fuck all them bitches.
Yeah.
Which, that works. In Untucked, Hannah tells Beverly, just be yourself. And then
And Beverly's like, could you please stop telling me how to act and just let me cry in peace?
try crying in that wig, honey. Like, it's a full, she's like, ah! And it doesn't move at all. It's not a cry wig. But also, it's funny watching the other girls while she's crying. You see one of them go like, then the other girl's like doing this with the hand, and like she's saying, "It's not your fault, girl. Just let this bitch cry." Like she's going home. Don't worry.
I feel for Beverly in this moment because she is a young person who's been thrust into this experience and doesn't have a long time experience with drag, with working with drag queens, with figuring out who the fuck you are. All you have are producers telling you to be a bitch, and so you do it because it's what you're there for.
She literally is given prompts, things to speak about by producers before she goes into the room. Hence the reason she brought up that whole thing the day after her big fight with Kong on the last episode. So they're literally guiding her, and she thinks they have their best interests at heart, which they don't.
Of course.
Beverly, we have your best interests at heart. We will tell you the truth. That wig, don't ever wear it again. Don't.
I'm sure she's getting a lot of, not great attention in her online life and what have you.
Right now, you think?
Probably based on this season, which I always try to have compassion because I have been an asshole on TV myself. And I think back to like me as like in my early 20s, like I didn't know how to not be an asshole sometimes. Like I didn't know. I still don't know. But I know a little bit better. I know a little bit better now.
I want to see the receipts.
But there's a lot of growing up that happens that she hasn't done. So like, I'm trying to hold space for Beverly.
I would almost agree with you, but 2 words.
That way.
Crystal, Versace.
Okay.
I love Crystal.
Yes.
Crystal's even younger, and she wasn't a cunt to everybody. And
I know.
And her contour's in the right spot.
Okay.
Because she pumped her face full of so much that you couldn't help put it in the right spot.
Okay.
I think Beverly has some growing to do.
She does.
And that growth will help her drag be better.
Yeah.
She's never been in a dressing room with a bunch of queens either.
Right.
She's a bedroom queen. She learned this.
I think she was a bedroom queen. I
think
think that
Aubrey
was
Have was.
Aubrey
Oh.
Have.
But she
Same
can't
thing.
have been doing it that long.
I'm kidding. Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
she's 21. Like, has she even been arrested yet? Like, there's certain things you need to do in drag to get like real-time drag experience.
Sure.
Have a mortifying experience with the police.
Yeah.
Beverly seems like a successful, pretty good person, and that does not make for good TV.
Right. Well, the winner of the challenge is Miss Hannah Condra, and she wins a $2,000 gift card courtesy of Shoo Me. Shoo Me, Shoo Me, Shoo Me.
Plus, a fabulous Singer Quantum Stylist sewing machine.
Oh, I can't wait for that machine to get broken.
Good luck with the
I'm
warranty.
I'm sure they
Hannah.
I'm sure they do a great product. I'm just thinking of the machines in the workroom are always fucking broken.
Terrible. Still,
Always broken.
the safe girls are Molly Poppins and Spanky, which leads the bottom two to be Queen Kong and Beverly Kills. We all knew this was happening. I think Molly thought she was potential for the bottom because she was in Untucked, definitely going over the song a lot.
Learning the words.
Mhm.
Learn the words, bitch. Tony
I
Soto.
mean, how do you not know the words? This is the beginning. We sing it every week.
We give it to you every pod.
So the lip sync song is the beginning.
This is my lip sync song, so I don't know what's going on this day.
Oh, when you lip synced in season 5, this is what they made you do for the last
this was
one.
our like final.
Did you have to do it alone or with girls?
No, she did it in the Annie wig. In the music video.
No, in the music video I did, but not the lip sync. I was
Okay.
like a fucking
Blonde, bewiggled.
demon bitch with no eyebrows. Is that what we do when we're trying to be high concept and editorial? We just don't wear eyebrows and put a stripe on our face.
Who did that? Who was that?
Everyone did it.
Oh, Scarlet
Do we
Bobo.
just paint our forehead a different color? Is that what we do?
I had mine in my concept book first before Yuji talks. Miss Thing. So this lip
Go home.
this lip
I've
sync.
had it officially.
You go home. This lip sync is, I think,
Mama.
you see
one for the
Beverly.
books.
You see Beverly run for the top of the stage, and then you're like, "Oh, she's gonna start at the top." And Queen says, "I'm gonna cross the stage," and it's like the people mover when someone's in front of you decides to just stand there. That's what Beverly was doing, and Queen gives her this look. It's like, "Move, bitch!"
It was very
Like, you just gonna stand there? And it was, and then when Beverly runs into Queen later towards the middle, it's like Beverly's hitting a brick shit house. Queen does not even budge, and Beverly's like, "Ugh." there's no give at all. And Beverly's giving this like off into the distance.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's connecting with the
Ethereal
judges.
song.
Yeah, but I feel like you want to connect if your audience is 3 people,
Yeah.
and
Were they
Beverly's.
tipping though?
I've given her lots of tips. If she takes them, that's on her.
I like the wig.
Well, you say it much without saying nothing at all.
I
honey.
think I think this was a very I was definitely on the edge of my seat the whole time of this lip sync because I mean it's 2 people who are great dancers. It's 2 people who've had a conflict and they are both just trying to one up one another over and over and pulling out every stop.
I think Queen had the Queen Kong had the benefit of humor because at one point she says, "You better get it right" to Beverly, and
Yeah.
you had that moment where you knew RuPaul was like, "Yeah, she's talking about that booger one."
Yeah.
And it's funny, and there were points where I worried about all of the girls' hips when they were dipping. Queen had that hair on good. She said, "I'm gonna do a figure 8 with it, let you see it." Beverly is pussy pounding into the ground every time she splits. And then there's these barrel rolls. The barrel
Honey,
rolls.
The barrel rolls are her signature move. She is throwing herself around.
Queen
Oh my
does
God.
it, and then Beverly's like, "I can do that too." This hair.
Literally, Queen Kong is just throwing herself.
And then all of a sudden, Beverly's upside down on her head.
And they cut around
in that
it.
wig.
They cut away.
Molly is in the back going, "Oh!" Took off the cowboy hat, just holding her hair. Oh!
It blew it right off. It blew it right off. It was so dynamic.
And then Beverly.
She keeps
Queen does
going
not
for the
want a hug.
She keeps going for the
Stop
hug. And
hugging
Queen is
everybody.
like,
And like, let her have her final pose. Like, her hair hasn't even settled. Beverly's like, "Let's have a hug." Stop it. Do not hug a drag queen when you see her. Ask her first and then gently press your forearm into her waist. That's a drag hug. That's all we want. And if
yeah,
you have
I
a
mean,
brush, give it to Molly.
it was a very memorable lip sync for sure. The girls did a great job. I was very impressed that Queen Kong didn't have any tangulation with her. She had a long
She
sort of sash.
threw it back a couple of times. She knew what she was doing with it.
She really did such a great job.
She knows how to work with that length.
Yeah. So
So. So I'm Willam.
I'm Alaska, like the state.
Yeah,
What do we think here? What do we think?
I don't know. Turn the wigs around, maybe.
Deep part. Ooh. Oh,
Much
yes.
better.
You need to part with that wig.
You know what? Fuck you, Alyssa.
So-
Thank you so much for joining us for Race Chaser.
what
We
this
didn't tell him
week.
who won.
Yeah.
Tune in next week to find out.
Get him, girl. That's marketing. That's
I'm a marketing
genius. No one else talks in drag.
Is that a read?
Thank you so
Queen
much.
Kong wins the fucking lip sync. I mean, clearly. And Beverly Kills is sent home. And she says, "You know what? I may not make you laugh, but I'll make you scream."
Which did she?
Is Beverly Kills like a goth queen? Is she like a Dragula kind of girl? Maybe that's why she paints really sort of
She's not
like
goth.
intense.
Gosh.
I think she has I mean, kills is in her name. I think she has an edge to her drag. Like
Edge.
I think in her persona and her like visualization of her drag, I think she does see herself as like
Edgy. Like,
right, as
hot
like
topic edgy.
that's why she doesn't want to just be like, I'm a pretty plain girl with this. But try it out.
I don't like
Try it with
all-
that face. Try
all
it
these
out.
girls doing pink. I'm going to wear lime green and black.
Yeah,
It's-
like
yeah,
she
I
has
do
like
see
a
that.
sort of spooky Dragula sort of influence. But I have a feeling we haven't seen the last of Beverly Kills.
Especially because there's multiple queens named Beverly Kills in America. So we could see Beverly Kills anywhere.
Is that a read?
No, it's just saying a little Googling before you pick a name.
Okay.
Good
well,
help.
What I think.
she spelled it with a Z, okay?
Spelled it with a Z, because
Beverly kills with a Z, not kills with an S, because kills with an S goes sluts.
thank you for joining us on Race Chaser this week, and we hope you liked all the visuals for you mom plussers.
If you want something visual, sign up for Mom Plus. My name's Alaska.
I'm Willam.
And we'd love for you to write a review of this podcast on your podcast app. And don't forget to subscribe and take a moment to leave us a rating as well.
And about that mompodcasts.plus bullshit, you can sign up for Mom Plus at mompodcasts.plus.
Glare, don't stare. Glare, don't stare.
And you can get access to all of our mom shows ad-free, many of them a day early when we film them on time, and exclusive bonus episodes, monthly video episodes of this here podcast, Race Chaser, like today's episode, which is a video.
Hello. You can follow the dolls. You can follow the dolls on Instagram and Twitter.
I love
We're
Crystal.
gonna lure our
We're
funding.
giving out hair advice on this podcast.
Honey, I'm in a Getty wig. This is fine. This hair.
Okay. You can follow the dolls on Instagram and Twitter at Willam, at the only Alaska 5000, at Race Chaser Pod, and Mom Podcast Instagram and TikTok is at Mom Podcasts.
You got some ticks in that, actually, I think. You can email us at racechaserpodcast@gmail.com for any hair tips.
Tri-tip.
Ooh, I love tri-tip. On a stick especially. Did a wedding this week and they had so many meats on sticks. Anyway, we'll be back next week for more discussion, dissection,
and
dissemination. Carburetor. Race Chaser is not endorsed by World of Wonder, Viacom, or any of their subsidiaries. It is intended for an entertainment and informational purposes only.
RuPaul's Drag Race and all names, pictures, audio, and video clips are registered trademarks and or copyrights of their respected trademark and or copyright holders.
Mom!
To listen to Race Chaser ad-free, sign up for Mom Plus at mompodcasts.plus.
Race Chaser is produced by Forever Dog and Moguls of Media, aka Mom,
Hosted by Alaska and Willam.
and produced by Big Dipper.
Editing and sound design by Will Pitts.
Executive produced by Willam Belli, Alaska Thunderfuck, Big Dipper, and Joe Cilio, Brett Boehm, and Alex Ramsey.
Our theme song is Race Chaser by Alaska Thunderfuck 5000.